Now, as we get ready to reignite the Ghana Premier League, we're focusing on some of the teams that are going to be involved in the drama as it unfolds. So today we bring you a profile of Central Regional team Elmina Sharks.
Miss you! Support you! Go! Felix Abuaji there in his element as assistant coach of Elmina Sharks, getting the team ready. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Vastly experienced Black Stars player, and there we have a goal already. The goal of Elmina Sharks this season will be to do better than the last one, I guess.
Yes, I think we did well in the NC, and at this moment we're preparing very feverishly for the resumption of the league. We've been training for the past 2-3 months and putting ourselves into shape, and today we're having a friendly match, 2-a-side game to see how the boys are in shape. So it's been wonderful. The boys have been doing very well, extremely well, and we are ready for the resumption of the league.
Nice one. Let's have a seat, coach, and have a chat about how ready Elmina Sharks are. They were in the quarter-final of the Normalization Committee Special Cup. I mean, a lot of people didn't expect that, but they were able to do it. If you look at the NC, how would you describe how you guys went into the quarter-final? Because as you might imagine, people didn't count you among the top 4.
Yeah, it was wonderful playing the NC because there was no league for quite a very long time. So the NC gave us the opportunity at least to put the players to be in shape. And we, the coaches, also, we have to more actively. We did extremely very well, but unfortunately we were eliminated and we couldn't go for the ultimates. But being also good, the league is coming on, and 2019-2020 league is coming on. We want to do well. Not that we want to participate. We want to do well. If we probably win the league as well, because we are a club which we have vast experience of players. You could see a lot of talented players who, given the chance and opportunity, they can excel well in the league. So we are doing very well, putting them into shape, and hopefully we can do well in this league.
I mean, you guys were so close to making it to the semi-final of the NC. How would you say that failure not to go so far is motivating these boys and the technical team ahead of the new season?
Yeah, I think the boys are ambitious, very ambitious to win something for our club. We are very well motivated, and like as you know, very young and talented players.
Coach, how do you say that the failure of the Elmina Sharks team not to get to the semi-final of the Normalization Committee Special Competition is motivating the team right now going into the new season?
Yeah, I think our failure has just motivated us because we should have even won the NC competition, but unfortunately we couldn't make it. So that has engineered the players that this time around we have to do well in the league. If possible, we can win it. So at least we are preparing feverishly and waiting for the resumption of the league.
Nice one. Coach, one other question that a lot of people want to ask is, Elmina Sharks are a young club. They are, in the grand scheme of things, they're not a very big club, but you always punch above your weight. What do you think is the secret to the way you constantly push yourselves to the limits, Coach?
Yeah, you see, Elmina Sharks is a young and energetic team who wants to do well. As you can see, the facilities are good. Yeah. The incentives are very good here, and the players feel very well catered for. And so, as a player, if you have all these incentives together, at least you are being motivated to do well. So. This season we have to win something for our club, because as a coach we have been here for 3 years now, and as usual, if you don't win something, it's not proper. But this time around we want to do well and try to win something for the league, for the club.
Coach, as a former player in the Ghana Premier League yourself, you have been there, you have done that, you have traveled all around the world, and you are bringing so much experience. What would you say your experience in the Ghana Premier League yourself, how is it going to help you shape up this new generation of Ghana Premier League players?
The motivation is for you to ply your trade outside the country in order to get some source of income for your family and your relatives. So as a young player playing the Ghana Premier League, my ambition and my ultimate goal is at least to work extra hard and make sure that you listen to your coaches, which I think has been there before. Like an ex-player and a former Blaster player, I always tell them that they have to motivate themselves. They don't have to look at the extrinsic motivation, intrinsic motivation. They have to motivate them, make sure that they don't look up for the money now. If you work hard and you get the money, when you go outside, there are a whole lot of dollars which you can get to come and help your family and yourself. So they have the talent. They are exuberant and useful players who can make it, but they have to motivate themselves by themselves, not by anybody. During our days, I think there are no money, there are no incentives, but through the coast level up to the 3rd division to 2nd division, you get a whole lot of experience. They shouldn't play coast football. From there, they want to go outside. They have to build themselves. You have to arm themselves with quality and make sure that when they get there, they are already made. When they don't play well here and they want to travel outside, they'll go there and have some many difficulties, which I think is not good on their part. So they have to listen well and make sure that at least they perform very well here before they travel and go outside.
Nice one. In terms of the bench, experience-wise, 2 national team players are there. It doesn't come better than that. A lot of teams cannot boast of that as well. How would you describe your relationship with Coach Yawa Champong, and how does the fact that both of you have played, I mean, he was one of the first players to go to Europe, you two, you have a big record with Al Ali. How does it all ensure that you guys meet your expectation this season, experience?
Yeah, you see, when you are a coach, you need to surround yourself with top-class coaches who can feed you back on training and the games, how the games are going. Somebody who can read the game, who can tell you exactly what is going on in the game. Sometimes when you are a head coach and you are in front, you never see some things that goes on, because of the actions and the tensions and other things. You find it difficult to spot individual mistakes and the ability to change games. So if you have an assistant who is equally good, I think the pair can work. So far, so good. We have been together, me and our champion have been together for the past 3 years, and we are working seriously very well. And since we came, we've been able to keep Elmina Sharks in the Ghana Premiership, which is excellent. Some clubs, when they come, during a year they go. So the pair has been so wonderful, and I have been helping him a lot in so many areas, especially as a striker. I've been helping him with the training of our strikers, the goal scoring abilities, how we can attack other teams and make sure that we break them down and we score a whole lot of goals. So it's been excellent working with Coach Awachampo, and hopefully we can do well. If you work so hard and without winning any trophy, I think your work will not be fruitful. So we want to do well this season and win some medals, and I think if possible win the Ghana Premiership for Elmina Sharks.
Thank you.
My name is Felix Abuaji, assistant coach of Elmina Sharks Football Club. I want to urge all Elmina Sharks fans to bring back their love. We want to urge them that coming this Ghana Premier League season, they have to troop up to the stadium and support Elmina Sharks. They have to bring back the love and make sure that Ghana Premiership come to stay. We love everybody, and we want to see everybody back into the stadium to bring back the love. Thank you.
Right, so we have the coach of Elmina Sharks. One great name, a man who's played the national team and set records on his own. He was the first Ghanaian player to feature in the Spanish La Liga, played with Real Sociedad, and his teammates like Unai Emery and Javi Garcia are really doing good jobs all around. Another thing about him is he's managed to acquire his license A. That's a big deal. The next thing is he's handled close to 4 Premier League clubs already. Had a taste at Ashanti Gold, Great Olympics, and Inter Allies. And this is where he is doing a fantastic job. Now, I have to just say hello to Yawi Champon. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Quite a few of those things, but let's talk about the Real Sociedad stint and all, and talk about your teammate, Unai Emery.
Yeah.
What do you make so far? He's had a few problems like that in Arsenal.
Yeah, I think that's the nature of the coaching job. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you have problems. So it's the nature of the job.
During your playing days, did it look like yourself, Unai, and quite a number of you were going to be coaches? Did it look like that?
Yeah, I was close to Javi Garcia.
Yeah.
He wanted to speak English, and then I also want to learn Spanish.
Okay.
But he is more close to me because he wants to learn
The English.
and I don't know the reason why he wants to learn the English. But after our playing career, and then I noticed that because he wants to be into football, that's why he wants to be in speak English.
So how's your Spanish?
Yeah, it's okay, but it's about 50, 60.
60.
Yeah.
I think we just managed that.
Yeah.
But it's such a good career. And even when we talk about some of your mates who played with you, national team level and all of that, you've seen some of them go out and do well, like for instance, Siki Akono, now with the Black Stars. What do you generally think of their performances and what they're doing?
I think the feeling is great because I would say in Spain we play at the same level with Pep Guardiola and then Stoichkov. I think I play with Jika Pepesco.
See, this is a side of you we really know. Yes.
Haji, some of the big names,
Yes.
Romario, yeah. Ivan de la Pina,
Yeah.
and then I remember Ronaldo came in first. The first year that Ronaldo came in, then we all played together. The feeling was great. And then looking at now the current coaches, the young ones coming, I think that one too is very, very interesting because to see your colleague doing the same thing you also want to do, I think the feeling is great.
So one of these days we're going to see you handle a national team?
Yeah, it's on the way coming.
It's on the way coming.
Yeah, that's my target.
That's your target, yes,
Yeah.
obviously. Great stuff. So let's talk about the Premier League. Let's do this. Let's talk about your other stints that you had with the clubs, the Ashanti Golds, the Olympics, the Inter Allies. What would you say the difference is, comparing those clubs with this club you are with, Elmina Sharks?
Yeah, I started with Tema Youth.
Yes, Tema Youth.
Yeah, I started with Tema Youth first, and then I went to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, working with Pakwesi Fabian. And then from there I went to Dunkwa United, then Ash Gold, then Inter Alliance, and then Olympics. I think it's not bad, but you see different kind of cultures and different kind of people, the way they relate with you, the working relationship and everything. And then here too is another history, because we have all the structures here. You could see from yourself, everything is here. So we are trying to make sure that we can be at that level. Yeah, but we talk a lot. Yes. Like last night I was chatting with Maswe Kunedu.
Okay. Maswe Kunedu, yes.
Yeah, we all play in the national team.
Yes.
And interestingly, I play with Kwesi Appiah too.
Oh, wow.
And then Stevie Appiah, Olele, they were younger ones that came in. So the feeling is great. We chat a lot.
Yes, so that's
when
good.
When CK was with Kotoko, we chat a lot. Yeah.
So it's not bad. Very, very connected, Champong and that. What do you make of the side that you have? What's the quality? What do you make of the quality of the boys that you've got?
Yeah, we haven't finished. We are still working to make sure we have the quality. So it will take us maybe another 1 week to make sure we finish with our set. But we don't have that time to do that, so we are just blending with the recruitment at the same time, preparing the boys for the tournament, and then at the same time making sure that everything is in place.
We know Elmina Sharks, you can punch above your weight. What's going to be the targets for the upcoming season?
Yeah, with Elmina Sharks, our target is to make sure we win as much as we can. You will see that we have a very good away record than home.
Yes.
So this time we are trying to have more home than away. Yeah.
So you don't set yourself a target like you want to be in the top 4.
No, the more you win, the more you win.
I know.
It's like Mourinho will tell you, I want to win. My target is to win. So my target, as you win, you can set any target you want.
Okay, good stuff. Let's talk about how you put this together at the start of the season, how you guys are coming together. What are the unique things when we talk about Elmina Sharks? What are some of the unique things you have with your team?
Yeah, I think we have about 60 or 50% of our players. Yes. Some of them left, and then we have about 50 or 60 of our players still on board. Okay. So we decided to add that 40% to it so that it will be 100%. And then, you know, our boss, he always wants to win.
Yes.
So he always said that to be able to reach that stage, you have to be a winner. So that is the challenges that we have now.
Yeah, penalties have been an issue that Ghanaians have been discussing these days. There's no statistic to show that Ghana Premier League conversion rate is low or has a problem. But on the national team level, we've had issues. Are you doing anything in that light to make sure at least the players who come out or who are raised from you are good enough?
Yeah, with Elmina Sharks, we don't have problem with penalties. Yes. Because all the players are good, and on the field of play, they don't panic. You see, one thing that I don't understand is, everybody talking about penalties, penalties, but how many of our local players play in the national teams?
Question is right.
You see?
Yes.
So the question is not us, the question is their coaches over there.
That's right.
Because nobody taught me how to play penalty. It's a natural thing.
Yep.
You see, so they should stop saying penalties. If, let's say, we have about 12 or 15 local players in the national team or in the national teams, then we will say we have to start coming to training, or after games you have to play penalties and stuff. But in our national, even in our under 16 level, it's almost professionals.
Yeah, good.
So I don't support that idea.
You don't think that's
No, I don't support that.
You play the national team, so what goes wrong with our boys? Because I understand Ghana Premier League, and I said there's no statistics to show. In the Ghana Premier League, there are no issues with penalty taking. But obviously playing the national team is on another level, and the atmosphere and all. And we've been suffering this from the way back in the 80s, 90s, and we're still suffering. Yeah,
you see, training, when you are playing penalty in training is different from when you are playing match.
On the pitch, yes.
On the field of play. Yeah. And sometimes if there's tension in the game, people start to run away. Nobody wants to play. I'll give you one example. We were in Tunisia 94, and I think Abedi had a penalty, and intentionally he faded like he can't play. So they asked me to play, and I said I can't play. Then they asked Frimpong Mansu to play. He said he can't play. Then Odate Lante went and played, and then he missed the ball. Yeah. So something like that. You say, so it's like players in the national team, they listen to what the public says. Okay. You see, sometimes immediately after the games, you see them on radio. They want to know everything that is going on in the media, so they panic.
Yeah, so that's an issue as well.
Yeah, it's an issue. So it's easy to just come to the training grounds and then play. Everybody should play one and go home. It's easy to do that. But in the match, it's not easy to do that.
I agree.
You see.
Let's just talk about spectators who come around. Elmina have shown you some love in times past, but we've had a break. The Premier League is coming back. What do you have to say to the Elmina supporters?
Yeah, I think people miss football. So everybody is just dying to see football back. So I believe if the media, it's all about the media. Let's see how we promote this EPL and stuff. If the media can do their things well, we the coaches too will do our this thing, our board too will do that. I think people will start coming to stadium. Okay. Hi, I'm Yawa Champo, coach of Elmina Sharks. I want all supporters to come to the stadium. Bring back the love. Peace.
Elmina is the home of Sharks FC, also known as Edna. It is the capital of the Commander Edna Iguafo Ebrem district on the south coast of Ghana, in the central region, situated on a bay on the Atlantic Ocean, 12 kilometers west of Cape Coast. Elmina was the first European settlement in West Africa and has a population of 33,576 people. Elmina's main economic industry is fishing, salt production and tourism. The town boasts of Elmina Castle, which is famous for the role it played in the transatlantic slave trade by the Portuguese who arrived here in 1481. The people of Elmina love football to gales. It is no surprise Elmina Sharks FC has become the pride of the fishing town.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Adenton. I'm a third man for Elmina Sharks, and I'm an attacking midfielder.
Right, Emmanuel, tell us how long you have been with Elmina Sharks and what has been your experience with the team?
Oh, okay. I think this is my 5th year playing for Elmina Sharks. Yeah, throughout these years at Elmina Sharks, we have come across a lot of senior players that have come and they have left. But the truth of the matter is I was in school. I'm actually a graduate of the University of Cape Coast. Yeah. So when I was in school, I was doing education and playing football simultaneously. So that is what has apparently kept me here for a long period of time. But that's been a good time being with Elmina Sharks.
What would you say to those who are doing football and education like you did? What advice would you give to people like that about how important it is?
Yeah, people do say combining education with football is impossible, but I would say no, a big no, because if you can actually manage your time well, it is possible.
So give us briefly an idea of all those years in school. How did you manage your time? Because you see, we want to encourage people to.
When I was in school, the truth is I was managing my time very well. When I come back from lecture, I just take a rest. Then in the afternoon I come to training. So when I go, I have to go and rest because I'll go for lecture early tomorrow morning. So all my time I scheduled it for training and nothing more else, no other thing apart from training and education and going for lectures. So that is how I managed my time when I was in school, combining football and education. Yeah.
Elmina Sharks did well in the normalization special competition. We actually went to the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience in the NC competition, how you guys prepared for it, how you went through it, and the disappointment of not going to the semi-final.
What happened in the normalization committee tournament was we were actually out of players. Most of our players left us a week to the tournament. So the players left, we were so determined that whatever the case would be, we have to put in all our effort to achieve our target. So we were putting in much effort, but unfortunately we couldn't make it we couldn't qualify to the quarterfinals. But I think we did our best. We did our best. With respect to the kind of players that we had, our players were so limited. There were times when we go to camp, we were not just enough. We were not even up to 18, but we managed to play and take a win and come back with.
I see that there's a blend of youth and experience in the team. Can you talk about how that is helping you guys move forward into the new season?
Yeah. It is very true. The introduction of experience and old players has actually boosted up the morale of the upcoming ones. But looking at a player like Richard Impong, James Bisu, they have been in the national team. They have played top flight football. Some have traveled professional. So I think they are giving the young ones encouragement, motivation on how to pick up things at the club, both at the clubhouse and on the pitch. So it is really helping us.
Okay, now, ahead of the new season, what would you say is the ambition of Elmina Sharks? We have spoken to your coach, he's told us what the ambition, but you as a player who is one of the key guys, what do you think is the ambition of Elmina Sharks?
I think that the ambition of Elmina Sharks ahead of this season, what I can say is beginning of every season, the team management sets targets for the team, but we, the players, we have planned to go ahead of their target. they want us to be in the top 4, but we want to take the ultimate league this. So we are preparing very well. We are preparing very well.
Please tell, for those of us who don't know about the Elmina Township, introduce the Elmina Township to us.
Oh, okay. Elmina. Okay, me, I'm from Elmina. It is a fishing community. Before, we had no stadium, but with the help of our president, our club president, Dr. Papa Kwesindo, he has built this beautiful edifice for us, and it has come to develop the interest of the people of Elmina. Formerly, during weekends, we don't have stadiums, so they'll go to Cape Coast to go and watch dwarfs and others. But this time around, at weekends when you are playing home games, you see an awesome crowd coming to cheer for the team. So it has really helped Elmina, because before then it is a fishing community. That is still it is a fishing community, but the introduction of football here in Elmina has come to take interest of the citizens or another town folks of Elmina. So it has really helped them.
Right. So still about Elmina, you are from here.
I'm from here. Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the corners, the major places in town?
When you come to Elmina, I can take you to the Elmina Castle, which is a historic place. I know you've heard of Elmina Castle, the Fort St. Jago. We have a lot of places here in Elmina. You can talk of the Dutch Cemetery, the historic place. You can talk of, we have companies too here. You can talk of GN group of companies, the Coconut Grove, a lot of places here in Elmina. So when you have time and you come to me, I will personally take you out to Elmina, and I will let you enjoy fresh fish. I'll let you enjoy fresh fish.
Final question though. Your position in your
attacking
midfield.
Yeah.
Right. Goal scoring at a point, it was a bit of a problem for Elmina Sharks.
Yeah.
So please talk about the goal scoring elements of the team right now.
Okay. Based on our previous experiences, we found it very difficult scoring goals. But this time around, I think we have brought in new goal poachers, which we are willing that come this year, they are going to bang in more goals for us, because me myself, I scored only 2 goals. I was not too much impressed. So my target is to score more. And even